Welcome to Matter of Fact. This week we're in St. Louis, Missouri. Behind me is the city's most famous landmark, the Gateway Arch. Just 10 miles from here is Ferguson. It's perhaps one of the most infamous and reluctant landmarks in St. Louis County. The city's landscape forever changed in August of 2014 when the county prosecutor decided not to charge the officer who shot and killed an unarmed teenager named Michael Brown. That decision sparked days of rioting and unrest and started a national conversation about policing in communities of color. Brown's death also paved the way for a Department of Justice investigation. The DOJ blasted Ferguson, saying police routinely targeted African Americans by making unconstitutional stops and arrests. And if Brown's death revealed the tension between the police and African Americans in Ferguson, the case of Fred Watson shows just how systemic it was. Watson is a Navy veteran who spent the last 6 years struggling to clear his name after what his lawyers call an unconstitutional arrest. Fred Watson, it's nice to have you with us. And I know you brought your attorney, Blake Strode, along. You are the executive director of the Arch City Defenders. And you're here because, of course, your case is now being litigated still in a civil case. So thanks both to you for joining me. So why don't you start for me, Fred? Take me back to that day in 2012. What were you doing? What happened?
Well, this day in 2012, in August, I was playing basketball in Forestwood Park in Ferguson. Just having some normal games. It was a normal day.
So you finished your basketball game. What happens?
After finishing the game, I sat in the car as we do. We talked about the game. During that time, I noticed a police officer come back into the park. He gets out of his car, comes around, unstrapping his weapon, and he said, "Do you know why I pulled you over?"
And what was your reaction?
Why I stopped you? I said, "Sir, you didn't stop me. You didn't pull me over. I've been here for 10 or 15 minutes.
So what did you think was happening? What was going through your mind?
I didn't think it was going to go as far as it did. I didn't think I would end up in jail with false charges.
He ended up, Blake, at first being charged with 7 minor offenses: not having a driver's license, lacking a vehicle inspection sticker. The vehicle had been tinted to a darkness that was illegal, and a handful of other charges. What were the others?
That's right. So they included some that you mentioned: no license, even though he had a license; no registration, even though he had registration and proper emissions testing; a vehicle tint charge, a window tint charge; no insurance, even though he had insurance; no seatbelt, even though he wasn't driving. And so there was just this range of ridiculous charges from the very beginning.
So you had a security clearance.
Yes.
Because you worked in cybersecurity.
Yes.
And you were in the middle of re-upping that clearance.
Yes.
Is that right? So because this stop by the Ferguson PD happened, that then derailed the investigation for your security clearance.
Yes. I was eventually put on a conditional clearance saying that there's a flag in my file, and until that flag is cleared, then I cannot operate at 100%, if you will.
Because they're not going to have an employee who has a warrant out for his arrest.
Correct.
So in September, when the cases were finally dismissed, that must have felt amazing. And yet, what had you lost?
We had to move. I had to move my family from the private institute that they were receiving their education from. Travel arrangements, camps. I mean, we lost a lot. We lost a lot.
Did you ever sit and think, like, how did I get here?
I think about that every day. I've done everything right. Everything right. Everything right, as best we could. We didn't have any police issues prior. I didn't have a record prior to this incident. And it was taken away, it seems like overnight. Overnight.
So in 2015, the DOJ releases its report because it digs in to a lot of what is happening in Ferguson.
That's right.
And your case now is specifically mentioned. What did they say?
Fred's experience is used as an example of the kind of police abuses that have been rampant in the city of Ferguson. And I think that's such an important part of the story here, that, you know, Fred is unique in many ways, but even Fred, who is Navy veteran, who does everything by the book, who has no previous history, who's featured on the second page of the Department of Justice report on the city, even Fred can't get this resolved. Even Fred is not made whole.
There's so many people that I walk off ledges. There's so many people that I support. There's so many times that I tell you, man, I lived here. I'm from here. I could do it, you could do it. Don't tell me it's not possible. Now those people.
What's that big sigh? Now those people what?
If they can do it to you, Mr. Clean, what do you think they'll do to us?
You're right now in the middle of a civil suit.
Yes.
Do you think you're going to win?
I do.
Absolutely, I think so.
Fred, thank you so much for your time and sharing your story with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate this.
You bet, you bet. And Blake as well, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.